Well, why does it? Oh, it's because I didn't. No, I did click that. I know I clicked it. Oh, my live feeds. I swear. Why can't things be simple? Why can't it just work when I look at it? mm. Okay, we're good. All right, more Pauper. This is a deck a kind of deck I had played against last time Pauper was around, and it seemed pretty cool. It's the grindiest, infinite valuist kind of thing you can really do, and there's certainly more options than what I have in here. Like you could probably put Gurmag Angler, maybe, but I only have two of these, and I would probably put two more before I put any Gurmag Anglers. But the idea is to escape mostly Voracious Typhon. You can escape this as well, but mostly interested in spamming this into Oblivion. So it's nice to, in some kind of ideal scenario, have your deck be like 20 cards and you keep clearing the mind, so you always have what you need, and you've essentially escaped away cards that you don't ever want to see with like these two and Treasure Cruise. So your deck is just like this fine-tuned 20 cards. Now this is like extremely late game and probably doesn't come up too often, but it's just ideal. I just think that's a ideal late game strategy. It's just my opponents probably won't let games last that long. It's also, going a bit of a tangent about this, come to my attention that Rampant Growth is in the game. I'm a little bit blown away that I did not know this. I like looked it up and there was a bunch of comments online saying like other people didn't know it was in the game as well. I'm 99% certain this is legal in the main format I play, which is Historic Brawl. I just didn't know it was in the game. And it seems like a lot of other people didn't know it was in the game. I, to the point, did not know this so in far that like I haven't seen anyone play Rampant Growth against me. So I think there's maybe a deck collection sort of search function issue, or I don't really know how you could make this a card that people were aware is in the game, but I'm just blown away that I did not know Rampant Growth was not in the game. So I think there needs to be some kind of way to sort that out with how they like introduce new cards even at common that are like a highly played, fairly sought after common that would be ideal for a bunch of formats. I mean, you could see this card in other formats, not just Historic Brawl, but I just can't believe that I didn't know this, and I guess it's been here for like 2 months. Unbelievable to me, but yep, that's the deck. Send it. Oh, look at that. I put it in the right spot. Also, hello. Hello, hello. Back with more Pauper. As I chug water. Okay. Nope. Let's get rid of one of these, probably. I could get rid of Treasure Cruise. No, that's dumb. Bone Splitter Axe. Oh, right. Love it. I mean, Bone Splitter. Just Bone Splitter. But it is an axe. So, probably play that and swamp. Aha, bask in my Sultai mana. Bask, I say. Alright. Good old honest flyer there. Love to see it. Let's crack this for probably green. These are really cool fetch lands. And I'm gonna just pass. Which makes sense, because there's no reason not to pass. Opponent chose to not equip their thing, which is very strange. I guess I'll take 2 then. Fair enough. Could have maybe just killed the flyer, so this could block. Or at least force a trade with the Bone Splitter, which I'm not terribly upset about. Alright. So another black mana. I don't really need a second blue source almost ever. Black's fine. Could be a removal spell, but all the 2-mana ones only target my opponent's card, so. Let us treasure cruise away basically everything. Oh, it's Grasp of Darkness. Alright, fair enough. I forgot, yeah, mono black. They can probably get away with that one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Goat, what up? What is going on there? Is that the Lovecraftian Beasley? Honestly, the more I play these, the less I want 4 of them. Maybe I could just do 2 of these. Or none. I could maybe do none. It is the lunar year. Lunar New Year or something like that, so... You've ousted my dreamless sleep deep inside of the moon. Let him go to combat first. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna... Yeah, just do this. It's fine. How did I feel like I'm at a lower life total than I should be. I don't know. I thought I only took 4. Oh, right, this thing. No, wait, no, that deals damage to my opponent. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so... I cannot recast that card. This doesn't block. Seven. Yeah, I can't recast it. It's so easy with the affinity deck. Oh, for sure, yeah. For sure, it's it's very good. Especially with the artifact lands now. It's just absolutely insane. Alright, so there's not much my opponent can do to remove this 7/7. But it looks like they have another Grasp in Darkness. They're just holding priority for 600 years. Slowly making everything obvious. which does trade, but I'm going to block. Alright, we're down to 2/3 of our deck left. And I can basically instantly cast everything in the deck here. Double Grasp in Darkness. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're gonna try to stabilize that too, which is probably pretty easy against a deck like this. That was a very good draw to do that. There's nothing in mono black. Is Bumping the Night in the game? I think it is. But it's got a red flashback, so I don't expect that. Alright, they have stabilized. The decayed zombie is a problem. Wait a minute. I'm actually losing. I am currently losing, so... I have lost the game. Double block, make a decayed zombie. I lose the game. My best and only bet is my opponent isn't aware that these cannot block. If they're not aware of that, I'm fine. But if I swing, I can't. I'm giving that information away. There is a chance my opponent does not know this. Because if I swing and they double block, they make it 2/2 zombie with Decayed. Off this. Which kills me. Okay. They're aware. Tragic. Super tragic. I'm gonna take... I really just don't like this horse. I thought it would be a little bit useful, but maybe we can just get rid of all of them, add 2 terrors, and another different kind of creature. We could go back to the archaeologist. Take out... Stitcher Supplier? No, that's an uncommon. That is an uncommon. Hobble zombie? What? There's this guy. Deathcat Marinette is funny. It just sits there and stares at your opponent. I feel like this is annoying enough that it's worth it. It mills too. Not a lot of trample. Might try that. Double clear the mine? You don't see that. It's fake news. You didn't see it. It's not there. Let's try that. Let's try that. Still don't think I want any Gurmag Anglers. This is fine. Oh no. My first Raven Inspector opponent. Oh no, it's not mono white. Oh no. Alright, just get rid of clear the mind here. What? Oh, they're picking up the discard. I'm like, what? You're not picking up the Raven Inspector? That's weird. Alright, I don't really think the Death Cap's doing much here. I'm just going to get rid of it. Alright, well, we have like 12 removal spells in our deck, so it would be ideal to draw one. Hmm. 12 removal spells. Just anything to stop the flyer, please, would be pretty nice. Any card. Surely. Alright, 2-turn clock. I will play the land, because my opponent has discard effects. Have I been to a Pauper tournament in real life? Local Magic game store. But no, not like a fly out and go to anything. Oh, they're running the full 8? Oh, nice. Well, maybe. Running the full 8. Alright, so they only have to block a single one. Still gonna swing. And again, just always playing my lands and stuff. Although maybe I don't have to. No, just min-max deck thinning. Just gonna play it. There's not much value in leaving anything up. Opponent can't really afford to play around anything, so. I've actually like, caught up with my opponent in terms of how many cards are in our library. What's that do? Scry 2? Yeah. So they can only swing with a single creature, and if they do, and I top deck a removal spell, they're going to feel really bad. Which means they probably don't want to swing. Alright, yeah, this puts themselves dead to removal spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go all the way, it just gives me the most mana. Okay. Hey. Little did my opponent know, I didn't draw anything. But, yeah. We had another look at something, but they are in a double block territory, and then, like, this is not going to unalive us by the time these do, so, nice. There's not too many lands in here, right? I don't think there are. I don't think so. 24. Is 24 too many? I can probably get rid of 1. 23 is fine. I actually don't think I like 24. With the 8 rampant growth, so I don't think I like 24. Doesn't feel necessary. Just drop maybe that, like that. Opens up room for... Are there any good reach creatures? There's that... I don't think I want a Boreal Grazer. I don't think we're that kind of deck. If I could kill this reliably, maybe. I mean, we could run it. Oh, Poison Dart Frog. It's sort of like the Death Cap, except it taps for mana, which is arguably way better. It doesn't mill, though. But it can give itself Death Touch. I think this is actually a Poison Dart Frog deck, which is unbelievable. I love Poison Dart Frog, so I'm going to say it's a Poison Dart Frog deck, so I can run it. 3 is fine. I feel like I really want 4 if I run it. But maybe 3 is fine. I mean, it's... Look at these. I can run Grasp of Darkness instead of Wither and Bloom. We pretty reliably can get double black, unlike the other decks we've been playing. Double black is way easier here. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Oop. I think we can do that. It's not that different, honestly. We'll see how often it's a problem. Alright. The frog is in. Okay, well I like a turn 2 one of these, but I'll take what I have. Against red. Ugh. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what the cards are in your deck, just red deck wins. Oh. 20 mountains, random 1s and 2 drops that are good enough. Okay, I will play land and cast removal spell because my opponent did not cast a creature. Otherwise, I'd play the Dart Frog. Okay, I will just do this now. Again, no creature, so I'm going to do this. Again, no creature. So a boatload of burn, but they didn't cast a burn spell on my end step, so I'm not sure about that. I feel a little safe just putting this into yeah, we're just gonna run this out. So there's no haste threat that could chip away at me. And if they want to cast 2 burn spells into it, how am I ever upset with that? Alright, yeah, we're in a good spot, I think. I really, really wish I could see my opponent's hand here. I'm kind of blown away that they haven't cast anything. Maybe it's a ton of pump spells? Like a ton of pump spells. I don't know. Don't know. It was castable before I played this, so I really don't know. They never sent it face. Maybe just sending a lightning strike face was useless, or my opponent conceded the game with 3 mountains and 7 cards in hand. I don't know what that means. That seems unrealistic. Yeah, Poison Dart Frog also being a removal spell is just, like, pretty huge. And having reach. Oh, the dream. The dream. Red deck wins again. Oh, no, no, no. Black, red, artifact stuff, maybe? Okay, now I'm a little confused. We could run Faithless Looting ourselves. I don't really like that. I think every card is fine being cast normally out of hand. Faithless Looting Bump in the Night, okay. Gonna try to just cast this, get second green, no, black. Drawing a land that turn would have been very nice. Oh well. Not too upset. Opponent plays a random death-touching creature that flips into something that's slightly less random. I would like them to pay mana to flip this before I try to unalive it. Which I find pretty unlikely. Oh, no, they're doing it. They're doing it. Oh, that's so big. Yeah, that's huge. Just like time walks my opponent and dealt 2 damage to them. So between these two, I think I'll play the 4/4. I could play this, though. No, this costs more mana. That was also a possibility. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Opponent kind of made a mistake there. Yeah. That doesn't work. Still have a death touch creature though. That I will get rid of. They probably thought it was that cheap because that's how much mana I spent on it to like cast it. I haven't seen a deck like this before. This is weird. Kinda neat. Probably Madness cards, they just haven't drawn any, like Fiery Impulse. They're also actually not dead on board. If we had the other Grasp of Dark... Oh, no, I didn't draw one, so it wouldn't matter. Because, like, you could put a counter on a creature from the graveyard. But I haven't drawn one anyways. Was that in a braid? Ooh, I haven't seen in a braid yet. In all fairness, this was never going to do anything against me, except kill frogs. So it's not like it was useful, other than getting discarded to Faithful City. Alright, let's do the old deck thinning. Love to see it. There's only one more basic in my deck. So, tap all that. I almost want them to remove this so the game continues. Okay, opponent, I wanted you to remove it, not drain me of 10. Calm down. Opponent, you need to relax. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. I am looking almost totally dead. That's not gonna help me. Okay, I'm at 1, effectively. If they draw Burst Lightning, I'm dead. I'm pretty sure, but I go to 1 here. With a Bump in the Night. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, I swear. No, they have a 1-minute card. Come on! Come... So, yeah, whatever. Burst Lightning, Bump in the Night, Okiba, Epicure? Something Epicure. So there's like at least 16 cards in my opponent's deck that kills me there. Probably more than that, actually, so that's a very high chance of me just dying off the top. Just still feels bad, and I'm going to complain about it. Oh well. Neat deck. The match felt so scripted? What do you mean? Also, hello. Do I play Frog? What does this do? Things I don't... Ooh, if I do... Yep, alright. Probably gonna not block with the Frog. if they spend removal here... Oh, they don't. Whenever a creature enters, so I lose life. Fortunately, I do not play a multitude of creatures. Should be a good idea to at least put all my colors in play. Yeah, I lost because you showed up to chat. That's why I lost. So, we are going to play this. I don't really care about this. Get us... No, I don't need another black, so maybe another green? Yeah. The frog can't always be my second green. They hit all the right cards in the end. I mean, yeah, they did, but consistency is key, right? Consistency is key. Also, it's going pretty well. Oh, that's annoying. That's actually kind of annoying. Hmm. I'm going to swing for 1 and pass. I can deal with this with my own removal. I can just simply let it sit around and deal with things later. Let's get rid of the flyer now. Used to run it in Pauper. This seems pretty cool. I mean, I'm down with it. Play this. We have 5, so 6, 7, 8. I can cast as Treasure Cruise. Suppose I will. What's nice about this deck is, kind of like the other one, I'm not really overlapping my stuff. Like the Tolarian Discount and the Escape and the Delve. Like, they're not getting in the way of each other. Because all the ramp makes preceding ones much easier to cast. Which I really like. When it dies, they steal 2 life. Alright, not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah, and at this point, when you don't need the frog anymore, it's just a removal spell. And I love it. Serrated Scorpion. Interesting. I'm not going to cast removal spell on it. Alright, all that life gain gives you a bunch of time to chip away at me, but does it have time to close it out? Should I even play the frog? Going down to 9, is that a good idea? Does this matter? Maybe I just don't play it until I think I need to really play it. Looks like we have a removal spell, we got the ward, yep. Does it change the clock to play this? I'm just going to play it. There's a very good chance I'm going to wind up playing it later, so I might as well do it now. It could matter. Oh, I love cycling this land. I love it. Oh, I love it. I love it. So let's get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're halfway through the deck. We're halfway through the deck. 100 draws a land. Why didn't they play this last turn? They could have... Oh, it's a sorcery. No, still, they could have just played it last turn, right? I feel like they really wanted to do that. And they didn't. So, yeah, I'll take one, but it'll probably deal more than one to the opponent. Like, the earlier I play it. And it's actually the only thing I'm using to kill my opponent, so... That's all I've got. I can't kill this with this, because it gets exiled. Alright, frogs, get in there. Send it. Send it, frogs, send it. You can do it. I have faith. Oh no! Oh no! Ah, they're the dumb one. Or one of the dumb ones. Alright, there we go. That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Deals 3 damage and you gain 2 life. The 2 life here does not change the clock, so I won't remove my own creature, but I feel as though the game's over, so way before that would matter. I'm just going to play around anything. I'm just going to get rid of it so I don't get any life. Okay, that was a nice draw, I would argue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going all in. Exile it all. Don't need it. Alright, I don't think there's any draw that keeps him in. Even Ill-Gotten Inheritance would not do it. Actually, you know what? Maybe it would. Maybe it would. Kinda close there. Kinda close, but just, not close enough. Not close enough. If I was more creature-centric, this would have absolutely won the game for the opponent, right? Like, it triggered 5 times or something? But if my deck had more creatures than removal spells, this definitely would have got them over the finish line. Although, maybe not, because then I would simply just have more creatures to attack them with, so who knows. Nice. I don't think there's any card like that I want to play, where I'm stealing 1 life a turn or anything, but I have noticed I am ending games at essentially the lowest life total across all of the decks I've played so far. So, we can abandon the dream scenario of Clear the Mind, allowing us to go infinite, and just simply run Pulse of Marasa or something. What else does Pulse do? I can't remember. So, no. And, no. I don't really like this. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Oh, is Pulse of Marasa not... I thought it was a common. Well, that just goes to show what I know. Never mind. Out the window with it. They didn't have the unicorn? I know. Tragic. Although I would have had the unicorn pretty well covered. I don't think there's... I guess there's Cram Session. There's really, like, no life gain that I'm... It is an uncommon? Ugh. What about this? I saw somebody play this. This is hilarious. I feel like there's definitely a better way to gain life. And I would prefer to keep it under 3, so... Tithing Blade, exiling some of my creatures is okay. It's also a removal spell. I don't know if that's what we're looking for. It could be. I guess we're not playing Clear the Mind until I find a game where it would have changed the game as outcome. Man, I just want to play it. The same thing happened to me last time. I just want to play the card and it just doesn't, like, work. Yeah, that's another thing. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I like it. It was just gain 6. I wouldn't play it. Maybe just 2 Tithing Blades. I want to Clear the Mind. It's not fair. Just 2 Tithing Blades. Because it's also a removal spell, I could drop one of these 3-mana removal spells. Honestly, I could probably drop 4. Like, this is totally fine with me. Okay. I can drop a forest? No. I could probably drop one of these fetch lands. Might be too steep. Like that. Tithing Blade is totally fine. I don't want to run Gurmag Angler. We're against a brony named Stupid. That's funny. Oh, the humility. I love it. I can respect it. Blue or black? Hand would say blue. I can just get black, though. I want black first. Well, that's extremely annoying. Let's play this. Okay, well, I've never had a game even remotely close to that, but go figure. Let's play this. Oh, I gotta be careful. No, I don't. Wait, let's just see what happens when I swing. Might have given up my blue mana too easily there. Almost just dead in the air. No. Yep. I think I'm gonna die in the air to the 3rd Refurbished Familiar, because why not? Ring. I could have won that. Could have won that. Lost to the Brony. Tragic. In a few months, we'll be losing to Brony SpongeBob players. It's going to be even worse. Hope you're all ready. More... well, I mean, this is fine, right? It's fine, I guess. Can I keep this? Yeah, I think I can keep this. It's slow, but, I mean, the deck is slow. It's fine. Works for me. Let's get a green. I can play the other one of that next turn and just go right into this. This does come in untapped and creates mana, so... Why is my name getting screamed here? What's happening? Have not seen this card before. I will... I think I'm going to remove that before they make tokens with it. And then the Tithing Blade doesn't look as good. Will there be a SpongeBob board? That was a good question. Well, they got 3 lands. That's funny. Hey, they're playing one of them. I haven't seen anyone ever play this before. That's pretty cool. So I want to play a ramp spell. I think I genuinely would prefer to play a ramp spell instead of one of these at this point. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to give my opponent the opportunity to spend these. And maybe that makes Tithing Blade good. Not quite. Whenever you sack another Eldrazi, put a counter on this. So it can be too big for Grasp of Darkness. But fortunately, they can only do that once. Alright, I'm gonna, at this point, I just have to run this out. Okay, I'm not sure what my opponent's doing. Oh, they just sacked one by, like, using mana. Alright, I mean, it pans out the same, right? Okay, so there's 4 Eldrazi Scions. Take that 5. That's kind of nuts. So Grasp of Darkness can maybe get rid of one of them, and then I'm doomed from the next one. -4, -4. It has 4. 9. How do you do this? How do people just have this? Ugh. Tragic. How do people have that? Man, that's probably the only card in my opponent's deck that's like truly really good here. It sucks I have no answer to it. Man, yeah, I just have no answer to it. Not many people play very large creatures, so fortunately that hasn't happened too much, but that really was just above and beyond the best card in their deck. I think I could genuinely beat every other card in their deck. Just had 2 of that. Because most of the Eldrazi are not a big deal. That's a cool deck, though. The Glimpse is very good. Glimpse is very good. They just had 2 copies of the Eldrazi payoff. Which, and of course I added Tithing Blade to my deck. And then immediately played against an Eldrazi Scion deck. That's kind of funny. Battlefield Raptor, that's nuts. I feel like Healer's Hawk would be kind of what you expect on turn. Battlefield Raptor, that's deep. Do I play Rampant Growth here, or do I... No, I'll just leave it removal. I don't know what I'd be Rampant Growthing into. I can cast a Treasure Cruise, but it doesn't really give me the vibe it does that much. I think I'm just too slow here. If I can get one of these Treasure Cruises off, I can probably come back, maybe. It would have been nice to see any of my creatures. I mean, there's plenty of creatures in my deck. I've seen 1/4 of my deck already. Just haven't seen any. Oh, come on. Well, go figure. So... Okay, yep, I literally just didn't play the game. I truly did not play that game, I just sat there and watched my opponent. No creatures, not enough removal spell. It probably wasn't, honestly, it probably just wasn't a good keep. Probably, I don't know. Double Treasure Cruise felt really bad. We could go down a Treasure Cruise. You never really want, honestly, more than one for quite a while, and I've had a lot of games where there's been 2 in my hand. I didn't have 4 in the other deck for a reason. I might want to go down one, especially taking out the Clear the Mines. It's less ideal. I should reevaluate that. I mean, I'm fine if I have the 1-to-1 removal spam, and my deck has the capacity to do that. I just didn't draw it. Alright. One of these matchups again. but they had like a 1-drop, which is kind of nuts. I wonder how many 1-drops they have. It can't just be this, but knowing me, it probably is. Alright, look at that. Again, I don't know the last time I've ever seen someone actually get a rabbit token because I just annihilate the rabbits one at a time. Yeah, no second rabbit. I mean, if they resolved 2 of them in the same turn, they were kind of okay, but honestly, not really. Not really. If I just resolve a 4/4, it really does stonewall the heir appearance, right? Like, how do you... a single 4/4 really just stops you dead in your tracks, so... yeah. Oh, treasure cruise. Let's maybe go down to 3 or even 2. I could run a different card draw spell. I could run another frog. I could run... let's say I went down to 2. I think 3 is fine, actually. There's a whole bunch of things I could run. Archaeologist is maybe interesting. Archaeologist has been alright so far. Maybe drop a frog for another one. Just run like... uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't know how to spell it. Oh no. Oh, it's got an A in it. Alright. Could do that. It does make blue more important early, but it does kind of do everything I want. Again, it is also a blocker. That's sometimes a 1/4. I feel like the deck is maybe more into this than I give it credit for. Drop a Tithing Blade for another one. Like, we want this ability. We want a mill. $40 giant green creatures? How could it lose? There is a deck that looks like this. I think I have a YouTube video about it. It's like this. Kind of. I thought there was another one. I guess not. I guess you could also draw this, play it. It's like a 5-drop. 6 mana, 6/5. Yeah, you'd probably run this at this point. I don't think this was around last time Pauper was. I don't recall this one. And then you could play that. That's a good early blocker, and when it dies, it replaces itself. Maybe this? Might be a little unreliable, though. But it is a 4-mana 4/4. Never upset with that. Yeah, it would look something like this. Although you'd probably want the mana dorks and stuff. Yeah, you want to wait to play the 4 drops starting on turn 3. But I'm pretty sure I have a YouTube video of this. And it actually did pretty well because most of them just draw a card. So they, like, replace themselves. Right? So you're just, like, you're chaining all these random green fatties and stuff. Whoops. But it works. It works. A sucker for giant greenness? I mean, yeah, who isn't? It works. I have done it. Okay, this again. I can let my opponent maybe play some cards before I go to removal this card. People are pretty hesitant to dump a bunch of resources until it feels clear. So maybe we do that. Try to click fast, make them guess. Alright, that's most likely not what's going to happen here. They're just going to send it because they're going to send it regardless. So. Jank magic move. Thanks for taking the time to fat green options. Yeah, that's what I do be doing. But I'm pretty sure if you go through my other Pauper lists on YouTube, you'd have to dig through my Magic YouTube videos. Can't remember the last time this event was around, but I did have a deck like that. I'm pretty sure I played it on YouTube. But yeah, best of luck to you. Let's play second blue. Yeah, I don't need another green, really. Hopefully this isn't a Lava Runner kind of deck. Okay, they have the third Kiln Fiend. Is this the first creature I played? It is, okay. Surprised they shocked that. No, I'm not. It's got Death Touch. It could Stonewall a creature my opponent might play. I'm actually going to do this now instead of this. There is haste out of my opponent's deck, but bird once in the event, the rest of your matches were like mono white life gain. I've seen red way more than the life gain strategy, honestly. But I think I'm pretty well suited against the red deck. The life gain strategies come with like ping effects that are kind of concerning. That is the fourth Kiln Fiend in the top 18 cards. Let's do this. Opponent has all 4 copies of the best card in their deck, but we have come extremely prepared for it. I'm gonna play this in deck thin. It's a red deck, it's not gonna play around anything. Shouldn't have played your land first, but opponent did do that. Oh hey, that was a really good draw. Well, I mean, I put a ton of removal in my deck, so it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. There's no second creature, right? No. Okay, more removal. I can do this for a while here. There we go. Finally found one. Just play the land here. I'm not gonna eat my own 4/4 ever. It is a 3-turn clock too. And I'm at my starting life total. Okay, that Tithing Blade probably seals it in. I could probably just eat this and still win with the Tithing Blade, but it's obviously faster. They could be stockpiling removal spells, but that's not very successful against this 4/4 because it just turns into a 7/7. You just sort of back to where you started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many lands do I have left? 4? Yeah, they saw... Wow, they actually saw half of their deck, which is nuts. Like, we both saw the same amount of cards. And, yeah, just had all the removal for all the threats, right? Cool. And the benefit of that is if they have, like, random combat sort of creature needs to be in play type cards, then their top decks are just going to be weaker than mine, right? Especially if they don't have any haste enablers, and they didn't seem to. Malicious Eclipse Omer. Man, on the draw again. Ugh. It's all these draw games. I haven't played an Archaeologist in this deck yet. That's fine. Somebody who mulliganed. Oh my goodness. Let's go get a blue, right? Yeah. I might even want to go down to 2 islands, honestly. I think 2 islands is reasonable. Okay, I'm actually quite excited to see what my opponent is up to. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, so they're playing the whale. Let's play this, yeah. I will take the treasure cruise here. And I will play this. So as long as it's just the whale, I'm fine. If there's a second wheel, it gets a little spooky. Okay. Sure. That's neat. I have never seen this card before. Alright, there's the annoying thing. Let us play this. And hopefully the 5/5 is a huge issue. Like, this deck might not be able to stop the Tolarian Terror, and that could be very significant. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, game. Are you serious? It's your last card? Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm in actual shambles. I'm just going to chump block. It's most likely the best that card is ever going to do for me. I don't necessarily have to play a second one. That was a very good draw, actually. That was a very, very, very good draw. I will not attack. There's no red, which is very surprising. So no skull of whatever you call it. I think I will swing with a single one. and trade with the Mirror Enforcer. And then I have the advantage. Like that. So, I think... Second Petrify, sure. Oh, I can actually get rid of these terrors with this blade. That's pretty cool. I will. Because there's like no answer in my deck to this enchantment, so... Alright. Alright. Second Treasure Cruise might turn this around. That was also huge. I'm just going to full retail this. I'm going to full retail it. Just keep the graveyard intact for now. Alright. Looks like we're going to very likely beat the Petrify here. The first Petrify that made me salty. But who knows. These don't deal with too many cards in my opponent's deck, so... we'll still find out. I'm halfway through my deck. Crazy how fast that happens. Alright, 2 more basics to go find. Exiling this means it doesn't draw a card, so I'm going to exile it. That was a very good draw. Uh-oh. What do I do? I guess I'm not doing anything. Just taking my medicine. Okay, game, that's probably one of the worst draws. It was only 2 basics in the deck, too. So now I can't even, like, tutor thin. This is only -5/-5, yeah. Oh, game, please, not like this. What are you doing? Oh, no. So we have 2 Tithing Blades. We have all of these. Literally all of them. Okay, come on. No more lands in my deck. Well, basics in my deck. What is going on, game? You need to calm down. Opponent's just top decking threats, and I am drawing lands. Sounds about right. Finally draw one. Probably too late now. There's a pretty good chance my opponent probably has a removal spell and might just be dead. So sure. Take 5, go to 4, go up to 6, swing for 4s, a 2. That's an interesting draw. I will play it before I decide what to do. Alright, now they cannot attack because they'll just die. And I might stabilize at 1. They can't swing. They won't live. Oh, they're dead to the blades though. So they have to find 1 damage here? They have to find 1 damage. I don't know what it could be. Yes! Oh, what a crazy game. Oh, I'm so happy I won. Oh, that was a sweet deck from the opponent. So Esper artifacts. I really think you need to make room for the giant red black equipment, that the skull clamp thing, whatever it's called. But the petrifies are very strange. I think there's actually a 1 mana petrify in blue that you could run that's probably better, right? I don't think you need to play this, especially how there's no planeswalkers in the format. So I don't know if I like the white, right? Like, this doesn't, to me, justify playing white in the artifact list. Over red, I'm saying. So maybe there's more than that. They might just be running the white cards just because they want to run these bridges for the artifact clause. But I think you want to do Grixis instead. But again, I didn't get to see the whole deck. I did not get to see the whole deck, so I don't know. Actually, honestly, I only saw, like, the same 4 cards. My opponent just had, like, the same chunk of cards. I'm sure there's, like, 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 cards I just didn't see. Which is kind of nuts halfway through their deck, but alright. Super swingy game. Yeah, those blades definitely turn the tides. You could say they turn the tides of battle. Okay. Oh look, it's Red Dead Wings again. Nice. Every other opponent is just Red Dead Wings. Nope, I'm here to stay. Sapphire Winters, if that is your real name. Wow, my room is, like, actually warm. Kind of nuts. It's, like, never warm. Eh? Yeah, alright. Can use it as a blocker. Can, if it survives, create a 4/4. I think that's fine. If they commit damage to it, I suppose it's not damage going to face. I think it's a win-win, just always playing the frog here. And it looks like it was a huge win-win. That is an unbelievable commitment of resources to the frog. Let's go here. And now what? Get a black. Yeah. I'm at 13 though. Another person who plays their land before they Reckless Impulse. That seems to be a recurring thing. There is a 1-mana spell. If I cast Anoint before they went to combat, I would know that priority is held from the Firebrand, but we now know there's a 1-drop. Anything but a skewer, please. Of course it's a skewer, why wouldn't it be? Do that. Alright, we've got the stone wall in play. Is it good enough? Might be too late. It certainly is a 2-mana damage spell, but that is totally fine. Yep, opponent made it obvious last turn, and, I mean, this attack gives it away. I cannot play Tolarian Terror, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts I can't play it already. Is there any way to get this in play right now? I really don't think there is. Oh boy. That's not what I wanted to do, game. Okay, red player, come on. What are you doing? There we go. Oh, come on. How? How do people do this? How do they do it? Someone enlighten me. How? How does this happen off the top? Look at that. Triple skewer. People, the red decks have gotten insanely lucky against me. But to be fair, this is the only one that's beaten me. It's the only time I've lost. But, yeah, that's super unfortunate. The other one had, like, all their Kiln Fiends, like, immediately. Triple skewer's nuts. I mean, they wasted a skewer on a frog and I still died. That's just... it's so annoying. Oh well. Makes it even worse is the red players are like the slowest players. It's like, apparently it's hard to swing with your 1 mana red creature when you're sitting on the toilet at work. So, is this good? Good enough for me, I think. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, uh-oh. Chat, is it the deck? Is my opponent playing the deck? Am I finally famous? I mean, it's looking like the deck. Let's get rid of this. Okay, nope. I didn't. I took out the Ichor Wellsprings. It is not the deck. I guess I could get another island, but another black source would have been fine as well. But I don't really need any other color, right? Kind of get them all pretty quickly. I could run a couple snow lands that are like 2 colors, but eh. They could have Tithing Blade, or the 1 mana removal spell here. I don't expect a counter spell, that would kind of be ridiculous. Wow, there is counter spells. Metallic Rebuke is nuts. That's nuts to me, but alright, I'm here for it. I am here for it. Alright, we are in danger. Yeah, this is not the, this is not my list. I was not doing this stuff. I don't have a lot of good cards to top deck, so could just be over. It's Jover. Yeah, my computer's just pumping out heat when I hit the stream button. I'm gonna delayer. So no green mana, which is a little questionable. I don't like the non-green hands, but I have a lot of green sources. I have a lot of green sources, so... Oh, we get another artifact player. Alright. Basic Mountain. Basic Mountain for Mirrodin. Alright, maybe it's not as neat as I thought. So let's get the thing. Might need more card draw, maybe. I don't know what it would look like though. Could run... I don't know what I could run actually. I don't want to play cantrips. Alright, well at least they're playing the card that just wins the game. Do I do anything about that? What do I do here this turn, actually? I can play the frog, that feels ugly. I can go get a second black source. What does that do for the turn after? I think I am playing one of these. Yeah. We are playing one of these, and then we'll play the hope I can stabilize kind of thing next turn. Of course, our opponent plays 2 hasting threats that are both artifacts. Excellent. Love to see it. And Tithing Blade? Nope. Yes? No. I'm going to... Oh, I should have killed this pre-combat. Because I wanted my opponent to commit mana to it. That was a mistake. I should have killed this before combat. Yeah, that was actually a huge mistake. Oh, that was a huge mistake. Alright. Okay. Also, I should have quite literally played one of these 2 last turn. I made a mistake. I made a mistake there. Okay, cool. Well, that was kind of a non-game. I think I was, believe it or not, I might have just genuinely been fine had I played a Rampant Growth on turn 2 instead of 3. But that's why I say I don't like having a non-green hand, and I kept one. The not turn 2 ramp spell is not sustainable in a matchup like that. I probably had to suck it up in mulligan. It's weird, you have to click the left option, and then you have to click the right option to play and sack this. It's kind of weird. I could actually take the frog out for card draw or something. The frog is definitely my least favorite card in here. I don't like how vulnerable it is to removal as well. Or it's like the other threats are slightly less vulnerable. I can probably just play this. Stem some of the bleeding here. I will not take that. This is a 1/4, is kind of like a parked removal against all the small creatures instead of just committing 3 mana to this card or something. Alright, well, I mean, that's a card. Let's play this for a trade. We could play... I think we can take a turn to do this. That's fine. Though the cruelty would have been good if I took it. Not gonna lie. Create a food token. That's weird. Do I play the ramp spell? Probably? Nah. I could, but I don't think I'm going to. There's no deserts. No deserts in play, so that's nice. Okay. I can simply recast that. I can recast that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I lose the frog in combat here, so I guess I can't recast that. I'm definitely regretting not picking up the other Obnixilis thing here. This is a 3-drop, so I can exile it with that. Each other creature you control named that, which there are none. Sure. I think we're gonna stabilize. I don't think I'm gonna block, because this will gain more life later if I don't block, so. Oh, if I had Tolarian Terror here, it'd be nice. So we can take 3? Oh, the Delvers get counters though, so that's not true. Take 4? Yeah, we take 4 here. I would swing. I think I would swing, yeah. Because your board state doesn't get better if you're only drawing 1 card a turn. So you have to kind of just keep tapping out and swinging. In my opinion, I would probably swing all out. I think you just have to. Wow. Yeah, I think that was their opportunity. I think their opportunity's gone now. Yeah, I think it's gone. I mean, you can rely on the mana sinks here, but I have those covered. Well, you didn't swing last turn. You're not swinging this turn, right? Block there and there. Is there lethal in play? Block, 5. That's not lethal. Yeah, I don't know what changed. But I think because they're swinging this turn, they probably wanted to swing last turn, and they just did not, so. Mage Hunter's Onslaught? I don't like Mephic Vapors, but I don't know what Mage Hunter's Onslaught is. Oh no, they have flying. Uh-oh. That's a very out-of-nowhere problem. Come on. Oh no, I lost the game. 7. Yep. That sucks. Wow. Out of nowhere flying. Tragic. Out of nowhere flying. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Whenever a creature blocks this turn, its controller loses 1 life. I don't like this at all. Why would something like Mage Hunter's Onslaught? No, this doesn't. I don't think you could play this, period. This is a 4-mana murder. You would just play murder way before you play this. The losing life on blocks is completely irrelevant. That's, if I had a deck with like twice as many creatures, maybe, but even still, I would never, ever play this. But you could play murder. Like, you play murder. You could probably play Murder. In fact, I could just replace this with Murder. The double black is pretty easy for this deck, so I could probably just run Murder here. But Mephic Vapors, I don't really... There's a lot of things, even in the red decks, that don't die to it, and it comes in on turn 3, which I don't like too much. Or even, I guess turn 2 if I have a ramp spell every game. Don't really like the -1 global sweeper kind of thing. And there's not a lot of go wide strategies. 2 for 1ing people is not super relevant in Pauper, or at least historic Pauper. It's supposed to be a pro. I can't well, pros stack your opponent's deck, right? They give it to you and you shuffle, and then you just put the bad cards on top. But unfortunately, I'm not in front of my opponent. Just can't do that. Maybe at this point I could drop the frogs and just run another card draw spell. I don't know what it looks like, though. What about the Modern Age? Draw, discard twice is interesting. Especially with, like... See, I don't know. I don't like draw, discard too much. I could run more removal. Could splash artifact lands? No, that's not right. That's not right. Innocent? No. Extract a Confession, Feed the Swarm are both okay here. Extract a Confession was very good last time I was playing it, so maybe I could play it again. But again, we're probably just more focused on finding card draw than anything anyways. That's probably not consider or opt. Would these work, though? I guess it does work. I suppose these do genuinely work. Feels a little meh. I'd prefer a card that maybe draws like more than one. We could maybe go all 4 Frantic Inventories. I just haven't been impressed with this. When I have played this quite a few times, it just hasn't been impressive. Maybe just 2 Considers. Think Twice is actually pretty nice. Think Twice is nice. No, it exiles itself. I don't want to lose my card out of the graveyard. Enchantment Ninja, the Moon Circuit thing. If I had a way to ninjutsu, but I just don't. Lorien Revealed is very popular. This could be this kind of deck, and then I could run the snow lands. Like I could go to Lorien Revealed and add... Oh, that actually just kind of works, doesn't it? Doesn't that just work? Lorien Revealed can go get bloop and bloop and bloop. Why is that not highlighted? There we go. Bloop. I can go like bloop, bloop, bleep. So I have the triple... Oh no, I don't need Woodland Chasm. Lorien Revealed can't find this. Yeah, I can't find this. So I can probably take that out and add this. Like that. Lorien Revealed might actually be the card. I swear, I keep forgetting that card exists. Also, I kind of want to switch decks in a second here anyways. I've already been playing this one longer than... Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Sneezed twice. Alright. I want to play like a blue-red something deck. What does this do? Whoa. Alright. I like it. I will just play this, I guess. It's fine. I have not seen anyone play this before. 4 mana, 3/3 repeatedly is kind of not too exciting, but you know, it could get there. It's probably removal, but that's okay. It's not like I'm dodging it by not playing my creatures. Opponent does nothing? Okay, well, I'm gonna swing. It's kind of nuts how my opponent just did nothing there, actually. A bit confused. I guess making a 3/3 is... I mean, if all you're doing is this, it's just not... It's not getting there. Does it enter tapped? It does. I guess it doesn't really matter if it does. I can exile this, right? It's not just like this forever thing. So let's play another, another black source. Just pass the turn? No, I want to get around edicts. So let's exile this here. And I mean, at this point, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think that's okay. Actually didn't draw too much, though. No artifact lands. I don't know how reliable Tolarian Terror is, but we'll see. There is that black spell that kills it. That is not the black spell that kills it. Yeah, you can't swing with the Mirror Enforcer now. Now what? Looks like there's another Voltaic Surge in hand. Do I want this Rampant Growth? I think I do. I can just simply cast it, so yeah, why not? Bloop. And Grasp of Darkness. Do I swing is the question. I don't think I do. even with this grasp, I can just wait. I would like to get rid of this Volt Scourge, so I don't die to the cranial plating that my opponent's gonna definitely have. Although they don't have artifact lands. Maybe they just didn't draw them? I don't know. That's just a random 2/3. That is incredibly random. You got it. Yeah, I gotta kill the flyer. It looks weird, but this card will be a problem. They can sack it to deal 4 to something, but that it can't go face. It's just kind of a dead card here. Alright, Deadly Speed's not a dead card. So, we're gonna swing with a Tolarian Terror. That's what we're gonna do. Still facing down the 4 damage spells, so one of these is gonna be Dedge. They should probably sack the treasure token, not their creature. I don't really agree with this. How does this work? It's like unblockable creatures with haste? Okay. Alright, opponent's out of gas, and I can start making 7/7s. Becky 12 with the follow. Surely you're not a bot. Let's get rid of 1, 2. Wait. Try to get a little min-maxy here. Yeah. My opponent notably did not swing with Ginger Brew. But, definitely 2-for-1ing my opponent here is totally fine. So if they still draw the giant... Oh no, it's not even that big. They only have 2 artifacts. Yeah, see, now we're seeing the ripple effect of sacking this 2/3. I think that was really unnecessary. And probably a very bad idea from the opponent. I don't think it was a good idea there. The 2/3 could have changed blocking math, at least for a turn. Maybe not in the long run. Maybe not in the long run. Oh, they did actually draw it. They actually drew it. But no artifact lands, so... I mean, rip. Puts you to 15, so you don't die. I'd love for this to go the distance. That would be awesome. But unfortunately, it's not going to. Oh, you can scoop real quick. Yeah, they can scoop real quick, but when it comes to attacking and whatnot, it takes them like 10 years. I mean, they were dead anyways. They probably just scooped after they clicked the attack button. It's just funny. Alright, yeah, I want to play a different deck. I might not even have time. No, I probably have time. I would say I have time with confidence. Let us... Wait, I have a deck named New Deck. Already? Where? What is this? Oh, it's that green thing. Right. I saw the number 2. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. So I want to play some kind of blue-red thing. Let me look at what I played last time. Can you filter by format? Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-bum, ba-dum, 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 bum, 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 ba-dum, 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 ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Is it energy? What does this look like? Tempest Harvester, Tornado Terror, Moon Circuit, Galvanic Discharge, Aether Spike, Consider, Essence Scatter, Lorien Reveal, Treasure Cruise, Tune the Narrative. So I've played Is It Energy already. Is there something... Who does number 2 work for? Apparently Mono Green Timmy in chat. I definitely want Lorien Revealed. Actually, is that how it's spelled? Oh, you type L-O-R and it gets you there, even though it's like a different O. I'll take it. We could try the energy package again, but I've already played that before. Not that I'm against playing it again. You can't type the word energy, right? It doesn't work. Someone told me how to do it. I don't remember. How reasonable is it to get artifacts in my deck for Disruption Protocol? I feel like it's pretty easy, to the point where I could probably play Metallic Rebuke as well. Can run Snowlands or Frostbite. This is definitely another Tolarian Terror deck, which I kind of want to not do. Right, I just don't want to play that card again, because I've just played it so much, but it's just kind of a huge disadvantage to not play that card when you're in the color of it. It's like, why would you not play it? But we can maybe go the artifacts route instead. How do I see, like, the... I don't know, someone spammed something in the YouTube chat I saw. I don't know what it was, though. I'm a tech boomer. So, Thoughtcast, let's just stay blue-red instead of Grixis, because again, I've already kind of played Grixis. I won't do that again. Let's get rid of that. Where's the... Bro, why does it do this to me? Is it colorless? No? Oh, it's because I had this clicked. Yeah, you're super incentivized to play black, at least, for the black artifact land. What's the other artifact land? Darksteel thingy? Can I play that here? Am I tripping? Is Darksteel an uncommon or something? I thought Darksteel Citadel was in Magic Arena. I mean, I know it is. I just thought it was not... Is it an uncommon? That doesn't sound right. I guess it is, huh? Okay, that's fine. We could play Ichor Wellspring. Mystic Dispute, but then how do we win? Maybe I don't need to consider. I need ways to win the game. And probably more artifacts. There's got to be a blue-red artifact deck in here somewhere. There just has to be. What about Teamer Electromancer Storm nonsense with artifacts to discount things instead of all in on treasures? Could go like that. This thing. Like that. Because I've seen this deck before, just running these two. And then like spamming Galvanic Relay and all that jazz. Feels like a different deck though, honestly. Still leads me with the question of how do I win the game? And I'd also have to play green, which I kind of don't want to do. Although it does unlock the green artifact land. At this point, the energy package might not be, like, self-sustaining. Frostbite is also not ideal. But I don't think I have enough ways to generate a good amount of energy. Like, all these only come with 2. I still feel like that's maybe fine. Still have to win the game, though. Yeah, winning the game is not in this package. It's just not here. Are there any green cards that make sense? Like blue and green, red and green. Not really. There's the 4-mana spell that makes a giant creature equal to the amount of spells you've played. I don't think we're this like discount spamming deck, so we can still run green cards. I just don't think we're that kind of deck. Could try Teamer or something. Devious Cover Up Depression. Could try that, like drop that. Drop green entirely, Devious Cover Up. Yeah, I'll try the new art. Probably Treasure Cruise. How many? We could run Consider if we want Treasure Cruise, though. And I want more red cards. Unholy Heat is Delirium. Burst Lightning is nuts. Not gonna play it. Strangle? So if I find another way to draw cards, We could certainly just make people concede by spamming spells that no one wants to play against. And then see what happens. I think that's really funny. Probably another counter spell. It could be an artifact, too. Like Ichor Wellspring in a way to sacrifice Ichor Wellspring. Like Surge, Ichor Wellspring. Still leaves me with wanting to get room for too many cards. Maybe Lord Revealed is not worth it. Probably easy to get rid of this or go down to like 1. That's not how you spell delve, now is it? No, it isn't. I would maybe want a second way of sacking this. So maybe just 2 is fine, because the only thing that sacks it is Voltic Search. It's nice to tap something for Disruption Protocol, but I think that's okay. I really don't know about Lure and Revealed. Surely there's a deck in here. Like that. A lot of 1-drops for Treasure Cruise. Like a lot. Could maybe even do 4 Treasure Cruises. 8. Not a lot of Thoughtcast artifacts. Could maybe go down 2 of these. Like that. Go up a Wellspring. Ooh, this looks a little bit better. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here. I could drop this entirely as well if I want. Like that. I think I want more of these. If I'm going to keep up with opponents in terms of card advantage. Maybe even drop 1 Devious Cover-Up. I probably don't need 4 of this. This looks absolutely hilarious to me. Let's try that. I like it. Let's try it. I am already very happy. I have never seen this card back. Wow, that's cool. I have never seen that. Alright, black-white life gain. Let's play... Yeah, we should take the time to play this card here, Ichor Wellspring. And then just hope we get red sources and start burning our opponents in the face. Could take 2 damage for a while, though. Let's play this, right? Yep. That's one of those cards that you don't want to play against. Still need red mana. Okay, let's get that red mana, please. Red mana, please. Oh boy. Ruh-roh. That might be a little too late now, but she'll try. It's looking like it's way too late. I think I just have to counter anything my opponent casts. So... Ugh. Yeah, I'm just pretty not alive anymore, I think. Oh my goodness. So I take 3, then I take 2. I should just cast this now. There's not really any reason not to. Actually, maybe I wanted to sack one of these to the Surge, but I didn't. Okay, we got an untapped red source, which is what I really wanted. Yeah, I'm gonna crack one of these, just to get the card. Oh, of course. Of course. Yep, that figures. Why not? Not looking like I can win from here. Yeah, just went slightly too long without a red source. I think. Slightly too long. Tragic. Super close to stabilizing, though, not gonna lie. I just needed red earlier. Can I add more red? Ugh, I don't even know if I... Let's look at the lands. Well, I mean, the deck held its own against one of the most played decks that I have seen. Well, that I've heard about. That's actually the first time I've personally played against it, but... That is... It is what it is. Let's see, you got 24 lands... I mean, no, the red's fine. It's actually completely fine. I just didn't draw one. Yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. I just didn't draw one. But the mana count's fine. I could drop 2 of them for some fetch lands. Like, dude. And I am kind of a 23 land gamer. No more, so I could drop even another land. Add some fetch lands. Don't know which one, though. Life gain land, maybe? Maybe not. Well, these are technically life gain lands. It's the Grixis one. Yeah, this one. Like that. And then add... Honestly, any of the 3s are fine at 4. Could just run another Thoughtcast. I think I'm fine with more counterspells, though. I just haven't played any counterspells yet that much, so let's just do counterspells. Screw it. Let us do counterspells. I say... Fairy Seer. Uh-oh. Mono blue tempo nonsense. Definitely have not played against it this Pauper cycle yet. I'm gonna try to leave up a counterspell. I'm just gonna commit to trying to cast that. Alright, looks like I'm not casting it. Opponent has ninjas and chose not to play them. Interesting. Well, I probably already lost. Think I've already lost. Yep. None of my 46 red spells and I lose. Cool. No Aether Spike early. Couldn't get a counterspell. Ton of answers, didn't draw any. I could drop... No, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. I don't want to change anything yet. There's certainly a deck... Excuse me. There's certainly a deck here. It's certainly here. One more artifact would be ideal. I don't want to play more artifact lands just for that, but I could just play an off-color artifact land and just accept it. All it would be is like a tapped monocolored land, which is probably okay. Unusual. Green white with no 1 or 2. Okay. What does this mean? A rune? No, the runes are uncommon. I don't know what this is. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm not going to try to kill this one. Devious cover-up. Not a bad draw. Nothing to really shuffle in my graveyard, though. Or shuffle in my library. You get a 1/1? That was a pretty nice draw, I think. I don't want to see a protection spell. They didn't seem to have a green one. Alright, so we're dealing with a 2-3, but I don't have an answer to it, and it can get too big before I do find an answer to it. Ugh. Yeah, whatever. Of course. Oh, of course. Alright, so it's possible still, I just have to, like, do it. Bro, do you have anything else? Nope, just all that. You got it. Alright. All they had were enchantments. Yep, go figure. All I had to do was kill their next creature, and I'd probably win the game, but... of course not. I drew all 3 Thoughtcasts and 0 Artifact Lands or Ichor Wellsprings. And we were feeling the burn of that. Could drop 1. Although I would like to keep it and just make it easier to cast. How do I do that? Off-color Artifact Lands? I think so. I think the untapped blue is more important, so I could do a tapped red Artifact Land instead. Like that. Can maybe even drop the theaters for more Artifact Lands? Like down, 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 down. Like that? Does that make sense? It would have certainly been helpful, especially with Voltic Surge. I could have actually killed that creature. It was still possible even at 9 toughness, which is kind of nuts, honestly. But it was certainly possible. We're gonna make this work. That is probably just gonna get strangled, because it's a sorcery speed card. Yep. Can I just play this? Sure. Yeah, see, now Thoughtcast just feels so much better. So much better. Tap lands is kind of meh, but it just comes together better. This only has 2 energy, so I can't kill the Alchemist. Is this the same person that I played earlier that had all their Kiln Fiends in the top 15? It looks like it is. Can't remember, though. I don't think there's anything that adds toughness. Not convinced, at least. Counter spells are online. Love to see it. I would Devious cover up at least these two in this matchup. Honestly, maybe even all three. Maybe none of them? Maybe I'm just wrong about this and shouldn't do it with any of them because of the treasure cruise? I still don't have the energy. So 4... Yeah, okay, that was a good idea. I did this the way that I did. Okay. Oh, that's the fastest they've ever done that. I mean, you might as well just tap it. Just tap it. Like, just tap it, it's fine. Takes 2 seconds, just tap the card. Like, instead of my end step, you just tap it whenever. It really doesn't matter when you tap it. Unless you expect some insane haste thrown out of my deck, which is, I guess, fair, but, I mean, not really. Not really going to happen. Man, the nerf to this card is... I mean, I'm feeling it with this Thermal Alchemist, that's for sure. Opponent, you're a red deck. Just play your cards. Just play your cards. They play themselves. There you go. They didn't swing, they missed damage. Well, I mean, that's what they get for trying to do this min-maxy kind of thing. Also, I probably wanted to tap a red source here. Not really a big deal, honestly. Well, it depends what I draw. But it doesn't like to tap the 2 colored lands. Alright, well, sure. They missed the damage. Could matter. Let's probably tap a blue source. Okay. Well, I got all the Ichor Wellsprings. I need Strangle or Voltic Surge. There are 6 of them in the deck. Well, this is a stupid way to lose a game. All because I can't kill the stupid Thermal Alchemist. Kinda nuts. Come on, dude. Come on. What is this? There's so much card draw in my deck, too. There's an unbelievable amount of cards in my deck that would have dealt with this. And I just stared at my opponent taking 600 years playing the slowest Alchemist tap triggers. Ugh. There are so many cards I could have drawn. Strangle, Vataic Surge, Treasure Cruise, Thoughtcast. I think that's it. Which is well about 50% of the remaining cards in my deck. Yeah, I had so many outs. I had an unbelievable amount of outs. It's ridiculous. Oh no, even the Aether Gusts, the other cards that generate energy, so then the Galvanic thing could actually kill the Alchemist. Yeah, I had an insane amount of cards that would have stabilized. That's completely nuts. I literally took 10 damage from it. And all I needed was one of these, this. Like, yeah. It's completely disgusting. So if I draw a red source, this is very, very good. But if I don't, I'm kind of in a bit of a situation. There are a lot of red, like half my lands are red, so. I don't really want to take that risk. Maybe I just should say screw it. If it doesn't work, just move on to the next game. I also just don't want to mulligan. Okay, I guess nothing matters because they have a hexproof creature. This is kind of the one matchup that I don't ever really want to play against. It's kind of boring. Fortunately, I haven't seen it. It's taken me 6 hours to play against the Glade Cover Scout gamer. Yeah, this is boring. I'm conceding. This is the one matchup that every time the Pauper thing is around, I just have zero interest in trying to play against. Very boring. Especially with Glade Cover Scout now. This is the first Pauper cycle where we had Glade Cover Scout, which is above and beyond the best card that deck could have gotten. It's completely nuts, but there's always going to be a best deck. It's definitely the best deck. I've only seen it once, though. I have only seen it once. Just getting the tap lands out of the way. Do I play? No, I'll just leave up my cards. Oh look, it's that card again. Haven't seen that before. Still don't want to deal with this veteran. Maybe I just should. It's kind of ugly to ever deal with it. Yeah, I'll just take one for quite a while maybe. Let's play that. This. Maybe I need something else here. An exile effect. There's a lot of burn, like Pillar of Flame, so these like small things don't have infinite value against me. I'm gonna sack the Wellspring to draw. Five cards in graveyard, so not willing to make really much of a move here. Gain 4 in learn. What do you learn here? Do you have a learn board, or do you just draw a discard? The lessons really aren't that scary. Yeah, that's not really a big deal at all. You got it. Yeah, that's... I don't really see this as a problem. Maybe we could go for like a 1 damage sweeper in this kind of deck. I feel like I'm learning new things every game I play. Probably a good sign. Yep. Yeah, like a 1 damage to all could be very useful. So I'm not getting like poked to death. Scry to draw. Interesting. I'm gonna actually get rid of that one. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Need to stabilize here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second counterspell with the untapped land. Ooh, maybe not. Yeah, I don't have enough blue. I don't have enough blue. Alright, I need some burn spells. Uh-oh. There might not be a lot. There's a fair amount left. There's a fair amount left. But I'm gonna need something. I'm gonna need it real soon. Okay, that cuts the clock in half. Also, my opponent to draw lands would be ideal. Eventually, please. Yep. Luminarch Veteran is annoying. Drawing nothing. Please draw a land, please? Can we draw lands? No. Opponent has gone literally 5 turns in a row without drawing lands. Of course, I draw counter spells at the worst possible time, and now I'm dead. Fun. Alright, so this deck either is trash, or it needs to be changed a lot. Because that's kind of nuts. Although, to be fair, again, my opponent drew 5 runners, and I drew 4 lands. So. Oh no, 3 lands and a strangle. 3 lands and a strangle. So either a way to... There's really no way to draw 2 cards a turn in Pauper. If only we had Ristic Study to ruin the format. Another way to sack the Wellspring would be ideal. I could certainly try white cards like Core... Whatchamacallit. You know what else is actually really interesting? My entire opponent's... everything my opponent did, no removal spells. They had 0 dead cards. Nothing in their hand was a bad card. Everything was relevant. No removal. Every card mattered. So, really annoying. So, of course, Sky Fisher is interesting. If I edit white. It could just be the only white card, honestly. Picking up the Wellsprings is interesting, but now that I put a creature in my deck, we're going to see a bunch of decks with removal spells. Because, of course, that's just how it works, right? Maybe go down a Treasure Cruise. Gonna need more white mana. So I could just replace... That's easy, I could just replace this with the red-white land. Like, where are you? Like that. Yep, that works for me. 8 white sources for 1 white card, that's totally fine. I could just maybe drop like Island Mountain. For like 1... No, I don't even really like that. I honestly don't like that at all. Go down an island? Down a Treasure Cruise? Maybe just 1 Treasure Cruise? Up a Thoughtcast? Maybe tune the narrative? Only giving energy for just a couple cards isn't too ideal. It's like a 1-minute cantrip as well, which honestly isn't even that exciting. The energy package is definitely like teetering out of the deck. Okay, this has to be better. I mean, just simply if I had a 2/3 in play in that game, I probably would have just straight up won. So, but again, they had 0 removal spells. But now we have a creature. Let's see how many decks have a bunch of removal. Dismal Backwater is very strange. That is very strange. I've not seen anything like that before. What does that mean? We have Consider, Otherworldly Gaze. Okay, so black, blue, Gurmag, Terror is kind of where my mind's going. Fate's Reversal? Venture into the Dungeon. What is happening? Oh my goodness. Is this the first person with counterspells and, like, stuff? Oh, I didn't draw a land? Come on! Oh, really? What a miserable thing to happen. It would have been nice to actually have this game, like, exist. This would have been cool to have a draw go against a deck like this, but... guess there goes that. Otherworldly Gaze is neat, although I don't know. It doesn't replace itself in your hand. Yeah. Okay, well, it's a blue-black deck that's running Duress, which I don't, again, really agree with. Kind of want to deal with creatures way more than spells against like 90% of your matchups. But not me, though. That is a 1-mana green creature. I will let it exist. How much mana does it cost to do the thing? Okay. Again, no land. Come on. Ugh. I can't get a break. Alright. This is ridiculous at this point. The only reason I'm still in it is because my opponent apparently doesn't have anything. Which is kind of nuts. Looks like there's some kind of pump spell or something. Well, I'm in a very good spot. But that could change. Okay. Another devious cover-up. It's going to be hard to get through all my counter spells. Yeah, I think this game is probably short up here. That's just a Llanowar Elves. I assume they just drew that. Alright, well. Yeah, they didn't punish my land missingness early, so I think the game's just kind of done. That's a 3-mana thing I'm not even going to read. Not even going to read it. Not even gonna, as a 5-mana. Alright, I'll read it. I'll read it. Enters, you may pay 3, Lightning Bolt. That's a lot of mana. That's an 8-mana thing. But they would have had it here. They actually would have been able to Lightning Bolt. It's actually been really good here with the Lightning Bolt that comes with it. But that's 8 mana. That's very steep. Have not seen that card before, though. Alright, well, the flyers worked. Does that mean something else needs to go? I could just drop all the Tune the Narrative. No, I don't like that. Maybe I do. If I added black to this deck, I could get better artifact lands and run Refurbished Familiar, which is sort of similar to this, and get rid of the energy package and play like Grixis something, but I've kind of already done that. I don't know, 4 colors sounds pretty dope, though. Like, what does it look like? Take these out. Metallic Rebuke instead of Aether Spike, probably. Losing Galvanic Discharge kind of sucks, though. Does it? Maybe not. If I did this, Refurbished Familiar, could maybe run the 4/4s. Oh, come on. You can do it. There you go. Could maybe run the 4/4s. Like, do that. Maybe Mirror Enforcer. Drop the islands. 3/4 for the and then I could also run another black spell as well. Maybe a Pentad or Prismatic Prism works in a deck like this. Feels like it does. Devious Cover-Up can go to maybe 1 or 2. Up a Thoughtcast, down a Treasure Cruise. Lorien Revealed is very good at finding the colors off of like tapped dual lands and stuff. Hmm. There's definitely a deck in here. Definitely a deck in here. Now that we're black... No. I want to keep the red. But maybe the red has to be something better than just Strangle and Surge. There's a lot of options here. This is tough. This is tough. I think I'm going to drop Ichor Wellspring for Prism. Because we're going to need some kind of color fixing. Is this just better than Terrarion? I feel like this is actually just better than Terrarion, I just didn't know about it. Right, because it's the same thing, except this is only 2. This could be any kind of color scheme. Prophetic Prism is certainly on my radar. Wow, there's a lot of versions of this card, jeez. This one. We're going to run that one. If we end up running it. Oh, I forgot Buried Treasure was an a common. Is Buried Treasure good? Probably not. Probably not. I just don't want to play Mirror Enforcer. I want to play something spell-based. It's probably better than the other options. I just simply don't want to play it. Okay. Certainly Vault of Whispers over Mountain. Maybe 3 vaults. Devious Cover-Up could be Metallic Rebuke. Tap. How does Metallic Rebuke read? Thought that would be... Do I have something wrong? Oh, I didn't put the second L. Improvise. That's it. Improvise. Thank you. It's not me, I swear. It's the microphone wire hanging over my keyboard. That's why I type like that. Believe it or not. I think we want Metallic Rebuke. I don't know if I want all four. Probably. Probably works, right? Probably. If I got like another smaller artifact in here. Could re-add 2 Wellsprings. Or, I mean, I would just put more prisms back. I want counter spells. I want them... I think we're just maybe full stop not a treasure cruise. I think, honestly, you should always have one. I think just, if you're not gonna... If you're blue and you don't want to run treasure cruise, you should probably just at least put 1 in your deck. So, I'm gonna keep 1. I don't want any doubled mana except Disruption Protocol, which is still very questionable to do that. Still might just not be a thing that can happen here. Makes room for removal that isn't just all in the red. Okay, I'm gonna go down those, up these, and find a card draw spell, removal spell, any kind of counter spell. I have not played Essence Scatter, Disdainful Stroke, Spell Pierce yet. I think Essence Scatter is probably fine, or whatever the... Wait, isn't there a better one now? If it was a... Oh, I mean, not in Pauper. There's, like, no legendaries in Pauper. I think Essence Scatter is fine. I mean, there's plenty of creatures. This looks insane. This looks completely insane, and I love it. Alright, let's try it. 4 color artifacts. On the bright side, at least green doesn't really have anything that sells me too heavily. Alright. Well, it's kind of the hand I signed up for. So, blue, black, red, white. We're basically like a turn slower on average for having all the colors and stuff. But again, that's just what we signed up for, so. I will put this in the face of anything. 2 islands is kind of weird to me. 2 islands and nothing. It's very strange. Oh, no, there's a plains. Okay. Blue-white control also doesn't sound like a thing. I'd love it to be a thing. Alright, it doesn't look like it's a thing. It's just blue-white flyers. Fair enough. Swing. Man, look at that. 1 of each artifact land. Look at that. Well, other than the banned and normal Pauper ones. Nope, I think that's a bot. Who knows? Who knows at this point? Let's tap that one. Alright, look at that. Opponent was over it. Opponent was over it. What did they discard? A petrify. Isn't that fine? No, because this bounces and you sort of lose that. Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, honestly, this in play doesn't seem like I'm super far ahead, but it can just sort of grind you out if you're not keeping up with it, right? Especially with a second one of these. Like, these simply existing as 2/3s could just be problematic, so... Sweet. The counter spells are hard to weave into turns a little bit, but... I mean, that could explain why I've never, or haven't really seen people playing counter spells. It's like hard to weave them in your turns and stuff. Like, maybe incredibly difficult to do that. A mold of 5 is probably the hexproof thing that puts me to sleep. This is not necessarily... Alright, I guess it isn't. Okay, this seems like a... This is like the weirdest tech to me. It's nuts. I like it though. So we're gonna play this, and probably pick up the prism. Play that in this. This can't get a land. They could have looked for one immediately and didn't, so I assume they just have one. Okay, makes sense. Oh, so there are 3 colors. Interesting. Let us play this and tap these with that. And we can play this. Picking up the prism again, sure. Alright. I'm not upset with my situation. Sure. I like this kind of steady back and forth we've got going. Definitely feels ideal, especially when I'm drawing kind of like 2 cards a turn. Alright. Got a counter spell, got some burn spells. That's one of those things we counter. Oh, maybe I didn't even have to. But eventually Rebuke becomes a little bit useless, right? So would make sense to do that. Alright, I'm gonna just do this for 0. I assume I still draw, right? Yep. And pass. Yeah, that's certainly better than Terrarion. Or whatever it's called. Alright, look at that. All the counterspells worked, and I was just so far ahead, I didn't even need to cast any of these burn spells, and they would have certainly been quite useful still, so that's nice. Now, the Surge doesn't have Ichor Wellspring, but I think with the bouncing of the Prism, that just overshadows, like, sacking the Wellspring, you know, in a long term, so... Like to see it. Like to see it. Also, another opponent with 0 removal. Just, like, stone cold no removal in the deck. Or at least in the hand, which is interesting. There's been a lot of opponents with, like, no removal. Actually, like, a lot. 2 prisms is weird, but maybe that's fine. Alright. I have not seen this before. I also haven't seen this before. It's probably still some kind of aura enchantment deck and not combat trick spam. But who knows? It's certainly one of those cards that just wins the game pretty quickly if you don't deal with it, and I currently cannot deal with it. I'm not even close to being able to deal with it, so that's unfortunate. What's that aura on it? Umbra armor? That's just confusing my brain. I don't know why. I get it. I get it. It's just taking me for a loop for some reason. Yeah. I don't have an answer to this. It's gonna probably run away pretty quickly. At least it's mono white, so I might be able to sort of stem the bleeding, but it's not looking like that's going to be the case. Hero of the Pride. Sure. Let's play this. Play that. Play this or a Thoughtcast. I think just setting this down is fine. I don't really know what I'm drawing into except burn spells that don't really work, so... I like to see this. I get some... Oh, never mind. Combat trick. Can't even get that. Oh yeah, that's sure on time. Can't really strangle anything. I guess I can strangle that. Okay. Maybe I can stabilize. I can see it happening. Just a little unlikely. Or like teetering on the edge of stabilizing. There's no reason to crack this rocket, I don't think. I also just didn't play this card, so maybe a land. Okay, but come on, you can do it. Alright, just a protection spell, obviously. Which means we're dead next turn, unless I counter it. I really only have like one turn to find something. Let's sack this. That doesn't really cut the cake, does it? I think I'm kind of screwed here. Alright, well, they have... Okay, so let's discard Rockets or Prism. Rockets is probably too slow. Discard that one. And here... Submit. I don't think there's anything that saves me anymore. 8 cards in the graveyard. Let's do this. Alright, one of Treasure Cruise. Do something. Can I please click 7 cards? Thank you. Couldn't figure it out. Draw nothing. Now I don't think I can draw anything. Strangle. Not enough. Not enough. Almost, though. Almost got there. Yeah, just, too much. If this was still alive, I was good, but it's hard to ever keep that alive. Honestly, it's hard to. I don't really know what I could have done other than have Tolarian Terror, Gitrog Monster, and whatchamacallit. So this might not just... It just might not be a successful strategy. Like, I need those kinds of cards, but I just don't want to play them again. It's this thing, right? I'll just be doing the same thing again. I don't want to do that. Who's blooping me? Who's blooping me? Oh, I just got like random bots. Okay, I got bots. Twitch bots, which is weird. I don't get any YouTube bots, only Twitch bots. So Tithing Blade would be useful in a lot of the cases in which I'd be getting schmieded here, or have been getting schmieded. Esper is interesting. Maybe dropping the red is actually possible. Like, these are not too amazing against the things that we're losing to. These really just don't help, right? It's not every deck, though, but it makes the mana base a lot easier to manage, right, if I drop this. Especially how red doesn't have its untapped the artifact land. I have not played Esper or anything like that. I am a Esper control player at heart, so you know me. This leaves room for ninja stuff. I like this, at least. With both the other creatures in my deck, this feels really nice. I mean, so does this. So does this. It just costs 2, which is annoying with all the tap lands. Might hold off on that one. It also, like, it's not very evasive. And I did take out, like, all my removals, so I'm gonna want to do something about that. What's the 1 mana... Yeah, Annihilating Glare. Annihilating Glare is probably okay. Can drop a Prism at this point, maybe? Nah. Let's keep it like this. Okay. Control in general just seems tough. It's just hard to, like, do it. Well, I'd be relying pretty heavily on this Wizard's Rockets. Might not be the best idea. Alright, I don't care. Don't care. Oh, it's just that. The old unwinnable matchup that nobody's interested in playing. Bum, bum, ba, ba, ba. Man, I've been streaming for over 3 hours. Oh, I completely lost track of time. Completely lost track of time. I think we're about done then. Just wasn't looking. I was just in the zone, poppering out. Bloop. Yeah, we'll be done soon here. I think I've sort of hit a wall with the the strategy I'm trying to have work here, because it's just not really working. Too much in too many different directions and stuff like that. I mean, it happens. Let's play... I would really like to play this. Actually, let's... I have an idea. Let's go white. Pay 1. Black. Alright, idea didn't work out too well. But... it is what it is. I was trying to find a land, obviously. Well, nothing really matters if I'm not drawing lands, so this game's just over. Apparently my opponent has a multitude of decisions on turn 1. That's not a good sign. Playing an island. I don't believe you can mill people in Pauper. I would be quite impressed, but let's find out. Seems extremely unlikely. Actually, I would argue basically impossible. But who knows? Who really knows? I mean, you can target yourself with it. Do I expect counter spells? Not really. Does that change anything? No, I think I'm always just doing the same thing. Okay, apparently there are counter spells. I guess. Maybe they're bounce spells for the... to pick up the Secret Keeper? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Suppose I should leave up Essence Scatter this turn, because I don't know what's going on. I don't really want to play the Sky Fisher. Again, it's still mono blue, so I'm not, like, dodging removal. If these were crabs, I'd be quite upset. But they're not crabs, so I'm not upset. That is a very good draw. Love to see it. Flash enters up to 1 creature, gets -2, and then I mill 2. I really don't think I should... I don't think I should interact with this card. I feel like that's just a complete trap to try to do that. My opponent would do well with ninja cards. Picking these back up seems really nice. A land is fine. Honestly, both of these are okay. I might not even need this. Okay, I think I'm just going to keep both of them. I'll just keep both. And replay this. Yep. And we have Metallic Rebuke up and active. Opponent mills one of those. They could have actually put that on this, and then I wouldn't be able to draw, so... Interesting that they did not do that. This game would be 4 times faster if they did stuff with whatever's going on in hand here, but I don't know what that is. A 3rd copy of that. Alright, go away. Now I will pick up the Familiar. I could pick up the Moon Circuit Hacker and sort of loop the entire thing over again. Does that make sense? Moon Circuit into Familiar to draw. I might not even need to do that. Gives me something to do with my mana. I don't know. Okay. So, Treasure Cruise, 1 mana. Thanks for milling me, opponent. Giving me the free Treasure Cruise. In a Treasure Cruise Tolarian Terror Gurmag Angler format, I just truly do not believe you can mill your opponent. Just don't see it as a viable option. I am not convinced. What on earth are you doing? Okay, sure. Let's play that, and there's no glare, right? There's no reason. I don't think I'm ever going to get through with this. In Scrying 2, it doesn't matter that much, especially when they have mill cards. Just don't really... I think this card's ran its course. It's just like a 1-minute cantrip, really. Preordain. Scry 2, draw 1. No? Just for the sake of ending this game faster? If it's a counterspell, you don't want to cast it here. You don't want to cast it. Oh, okay, it's a hard counter spell. That's fair. If it was like the other one, that like a soft counter, that would be this one. You don't want to cast that one, because then I would just draw a card. You would be kind of even more behind. Okay, well, that's obviously very good. I could have done it pre-combat to pick this up, honestly. Maybe I should have. I really don't think anything matters, though. Yeah, I don't think you can mill people. This card is nice. You can pick it back up with ninjas, so that would be like the best thing you're doing with mill. This is kind of interesting, sort of. But it's a little, incredibly difficult, especially mono blue. I don't think it's possible in mono blue. If you had another color to, like, buy time, removal spells and stuff. There's auras. There's a ton of auras in blue. Maybe it is possible. I just don't think it is. I just don't see it. Eyeballs do not have the sauce on them for me to appreciate what my opponent did that turn. Or game. Alright, opponent is not here. Rip. Ugh, get the kick back. Relax. Oh, they're back. Opponent's reading my land, how dare you. Good sign though, it means they don't have it. Curves and turns like this just make me want to have just blue-black artifacts, but it's just not that common. Alright, we have exiling artifacts. Alright, that was concerning. Hopefully they don't have more of that. This exiles a creature? No, it can exile anything. Alright, so we're going after the lands. Kind of interesting. It can get there, it just has to get there. Surveil 2, manifest, counter. Okay. That is insane. Sure. Opponent is all over the place with this deck. Like, all over the place. Abandoned campground coming in untapped. That is the first time I have ever seen that. The very first time I've ever seen that. Alright, so let's do this. I don't have any black mana, so maybe it'd be ideal to play this, but picking up the... Yeah, I'm just playing this. I'm just playing this. Okay, so what does this do? Just be a 3/3? Sure. Can I and should I kill this? I can still probably hold off on doing that, although... I think I should kill this. It's just making me nervous. Let me kill it. Why? What is going on? I'm so confused. I mean, it's kind of working, but... Sure? Alright, yeah, I guess my opponent just bumped into the best matchup for them in the universe. That is kind of stupid, but yeah, it works. Revoke Existence is... You should definitely not be playing Revoke Existence, though. My opponent would lose to well over half the decks they play against. Well over half of them. I can't play mono artifacts removal just to kill the... I mean, you can, but you're only going to beat the artifact deck. And honestly, it almost didn't even get there, so yeah, I just don't have any respect for what my opponent just did. Cannot imagine that is remotely viable. Sure. Thought that was kind of... My opponent was going in a different direction with this deck, but I guess not. Let's play this. Play these two. Hopefully there's no ninja. For once in my life, can we not have a ninja? Okay, no ninja. I'm gonna not play a creature. Frantic inventory. Oh my goodness. Alright. What is like the late stage mono blue deck trying to do? What is your deck trying to do? So there's only, I think, 2 foretell cards that could be. And, yep, just run this out, see what happens. Scry 2, draw 2, probably? That's fine. That is kind of insane. Scry 2, draw 2, and then just play Stone Cold Nothing. That is kind of nuts. Opponent is struggling with priority. I have yet to see a win condition. Maybe it is Devious Cover-Up. Wow, they didn't even keep the Consider. Weird. And didn't keep a land when they just milled a bunch of lands. Also weird. I will not fight over this familiar, because my opponent's hand is full of what I assume is garbage. So, like, yeah, this... Okay. Go for it. You got it. Do I just play this? No. So it is a terror deck, but that's pretty obvious. I mean, look what they've been doing, right? That's pretty obvious. I wonder if they have an answer to creatures that have been resolved, because blue can struggle with that. Could be a bunch of unsummons, but that doesn't really deal with it long term. Another core Skyfisher and a land, that's fine. Kind of expect this to get countered, but again, I don't care. It did not get countered, wow. Wow. Okay, I'll pick up this thing. Negate is also kind of hard to justify in this Pauper format. It's hard to get away with that. Because again, most of the big deals are not negatable. It's a lot of just creatures and stuff. Alright, ninjas, go. Send it. Give me the cards. Double preordain. Yep. Just completely wrecked this opponent. Completely wrecked him. If it's just Tolarian Terror, you're going to need more than that as a win condition, right? Like, it's nice to have all these spells and stuff, but it's extremely difficult to win if your opponent has any sort of board presence early. Like, at all. And even if it isn't early, if anything slips through and Tolarian Terror isn't good enough to stopping it, you're kind of doomed. And Tolarian Terror on its own is not super strong, right? Like, I mean, my deck almost started off like this, where it was a bunch of removal, a bunch of answers, and no creatures. Just these are, like, it's not enough. You're going to need more than 4 threats in your deck, right? Like, even if they had one resolve, I'm probably just still winning the game. I'm just pushing more damage than they are, and I'm probably still winning, right? Every time they don't swing with it, or every time they do, my 2/2/1s hit them. Alright, it's almost been 4 hours. I'm done. I'm tired. I played way too much. This deck went through a massive, like, massive change since the start of it. And it's, I mean, okay, yeah, so this deck is wildly different from where it started, right? But it's kind of the first deck that I've played in the Pauper thing that really did that. I mean, it was like blue-red, and then it was 4 colors, and then it was like Jeskai, and I think this is ideal, because I just really wanted a spot for this card. Really wanted a deck that could run this. And I think this is what it looks like, at least for me. Moon Circuit is nice, but bouncing Refurbished Familiar is just really, really good, right? And both of these do that. This can also bounce this. At this point, right? Now that I took out the other colors, this could be Ichor Wellspring. It could be. It's still alright to just be this, because there's not much I'm doing with an Ichor Wellspring except sacking it to Annihilating Glare. And this already draws a card when you sacrifice it, right? So it doesn't necessarily need to do that. I can also just sack one of my lands and not feel that bad about it. It's kind of just fine. I don't need a ton of mana at any one point, right? This has... Well, Improvise is basically Affinity, Affinity, Affinity. Only one of these. Not a big deal. This costs 2. Like, nothing really is expensive. So I don't feel like Ichor Wellspring is necessary in this spot. But you really could go in either direction. This one might be slightly better, right? It lets you color fix. And color fixing, even in a 3-color deck, is something you could be interested in doing, especially with no 3-colored lands in the form of, like, fetch lands. The tap fetch lands or whatever. So, I like this a lot. Is it better than the Grixis thing I was doing? No, I don't think so. I think the Grixis or the Black-Red equipment with Living Weapon is just way too good. Way, way too good. But, I don't know. I already played that, so I thought I would try this. I don't know. Is there anything else to say about it? No, not really. I kind of went through pretty much all the options. Oh, I guess I could say... Talk about the creatures? Yeah, we could talk about the creatures. Because I didn't really run the ones you would think. Could you run Tolarian Terror in here? 4, 5, 12... No, I don't think you could run Tolarian Terror. You could probably get Gurmag, but... Okay, yeah, so... When it comes to creatures, I didn't want to play another deck with Tolarian Terror in it. Gurmag Angler probably could be in here. It would be a little tough, but I probably wouldn't do that one. And maybe not even Tolarian Terror. You could run Mirror Enforcer, but again, I already played a deck with that, and I just didn't want to do it again. But it could absolutely just slide its way in here somehow. Same with the 5/6 for Affinity or whatever, the 5/6 that has 6 mana unblockable. Again, a card I've already played, just didn't want to play it again. When it comes to counterspells in this format, they're a little tough to justify. Metallic Rebuke felt fine. I don't like Negate or anything. If it doesn't really go after creatures, in my opinion, it's not really worth it. So Essence Scatter is maybe okay, but Essence Scatter could quite literally just be a black removal spell, where now you don't have to worry about it missing a resolved threat. Like, oh, they cast a spell, I didn't have this, I top-decked it. If it was simply a Grasp of Darkness, it could just deal with the creature instead of Essence Scatter. So, counterspells, when it comes to the value that, like, resolve threats generate, removal spells are pretty good at dealing with those, because there's not a lot of getting 2-for-1 from a resolved creature, right? Not every card is a refurbished familiar. Like, if it's even Mirror Enforcer, Grasp of Darkness would be better, or Murder, or something. So, Essence Scatter is a little weird here. It could genuinely just be deal with resolve threat instead of hope I counter said threat. But, I don't know. Hadn't played with it before. Any excuse to play counterspells, I'm going to throw it in my deck. But again, probably the one card that could change for most likely a card I have already played in this thing like 12 times. This Pauper scenario. Pauper event. Just thought I'd try it, but yep. That's this list. I am done. I am done. I will see you guys next time. I'm tired.